I win.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here once again with my co-host Byron.
I won. I won the race. I'm the first guy to talk.
And we are going to review some WWE content.
Indeed. And might I preface the entire week of content by saying, didn't suck.
Yeah, it didn't suck. I wouldn't say I was particularly wowed by anything, but I wasn't angry by anything. And that's
how low the bar has gotten. It's like, you didn't piss me off. Man, you must be doing all the things right.
Sadly, yes, when it comes to WWE, that is the case. All right, so we kick off with Raw. And for those of you who are new to us, I'll do Raw and SmackDown, and Byron will take over on the B shows.
The important shows.
The B shows, which are the shows we prefer.
The important shows, goddammit. These are the... I only really take notes for the shows of tomorrow.
True. Interestingly enough, my push-to-talk is not working, so if you hear like little like squeaks in the background, hopefully we'll fix that for the next one.
Possibly.
So we open up Raw with John Cena talking about how he's going to main event Mania, and we have Miz come out, and my notes here read, I smell a match that I'm not going to give a shit about.
Yeah, John Cena came out, did John Cena things, which were fucking good.
Yeah.
And then Miz's music hit, and I skipped a shitload of wasted time, and then they had a nigh on to 20-minute match that honestly don't remember. But it wasn't horrible, so yeah. I can't say it was.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was fine, but we've seen the Miz and Cena done to death, and it's never exceptionally good. We'll put it that way.
No.
It's one thing to revisit a feud that was really, really good. Like if let's say in 8 years we're still revisiting Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne, I'm not gonna have a problem with that.
No,
but we've been visiting Miz and Cena for what feels like a decade at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, the only way you're going to get me interested in The Miz having a match is when The Miz is up against either, I think there's a real possibility that The Miz is going to legit get shot on, or it's a lot of really excellent character work. Like if Damian Sandow comes back and there's a rivalry, there's a feud, I'm in. I am interested. But other than that, The Miz is boring. The Miz has got nothing to offer, and yeah, I basically went, okay, cool, and tuned out.
I enjoy his promos, and I'm not as negative as you are on the matches, but yeah, I'm largely in the same boat.
Well, and I've said before, like, the dude's got obvious charisma, the guy's got actual real talent, it's just that nothing he says on the mic is legit or can be taken in any way seriously, therefore it's garbage and to be ignored. WWE has trained me to ignore the guy talking absolute ridiculous fabrications. This is the age of the internet and mixed martial arts. We know what real fights are, and we can do real research really, really quick. The Miz spits total fabrications about nonsense. It's not even that he's a delusional heel that thinks that he's a big superstar. He doesn't go out of his way to convince me that he's delusional. I think that his character, not Mike Mizanin, or actually maybe Mike Mizanin, that might be the problem. I think that maybe Mike Mizanin really thinks that he's really a star. And he's not. And nobody believes that he is.
WWE sense of things, but yeah, he's not a Hollywood star.
He's a wrestler. Superstar is a code word for wrestler because Vince. So he's not a star. He's not in good movies. He takes large chunks off to go make direct-to-Betamax shit, and then comes back claiming that he's a bigger star than he was before. I am trained to ignore this person because it's retardedly fake. And he's super soft.
It's particularly bad when he's doing it with Cena, because of course Cena is going off to Hollywood and making reasonably acclaimed movies, even if I haven't particularly cared for them myself.
And you know what? Cena's getting over in Hollywood organically. He's taking small parts. He's doing he did like some cameos, and then he was doing small parts. He's the boyfriend of a person. I don't know what movie it was, but he was a drug dealer, like covered in tattoos. I saw a clip of it.
But that was the one
His
with,
clip was fucking hilarious.
Tina Fey, right?
Could be. I don't fucking know. But and now he's going to go make a knockoff Transformers movie, which is going to suck hard, but he's probably going to be the best part of it. So he's getting over organically, whereas The Miz is in the Marine 6 through 19, and nobody cares, and nobody's seen anything except the first Marine that happened to have John Cena. And then in the ring, The Miz is the worst softy soft wrestler who can't make contact for any reason, and none of his holds look legit, and it's fake. He is a human kayfabe breaker, and I have been trained to totally ignore him in every way, shape, or form, unless there's a battle of personalities or the fact that maybe somebody's gonna really fucking goose egg him.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
It's not that I hate the guy, I just can't accept him as anything legitimate, and I'm gonna stop talking about him right now.
I'll finish up with just a couple of nice things about it. I like the way they started this match. It was a seamless attack by Bo and Curtis Axel. Really nice work. And basically the deal is the winner of this, or the loser of this match, enters the Elimination Chamber first. And of course John Cena goes over, because,
yeah,
I mean, there's really no drama with The Miz in the Elimination Chamber. He's the Intercontinental Champion. He shouldn't really even be in the chamber, to be honest.
I don't know why why is the Miz in the chamber and Rollins is not? What the absolute horrendous
Rollins
fuck?
might be.
Oh right, because it's a 7-man thing now. Yeah, okay. Because they announced that.
Did they announce that it was actually 7-man? Okay.
They announced it on I can't remember. It might have been on. Was it on? It was on I want to say it was on 205 Live. Or no. It was on SmackDown. SmackDown, they officially announced that it's a 7-man. It's going to be a 7-man thing, even though on Raw they had not confirmed that.
Yeah. Speaking of breaking kayfabe, SmackDown is announcing Raw news, despite the fact that they're supposed to be competing with each other.
Yeah, fantastic. And so now we know that in the Bro Elimination Chamber, The Miz will be first and Elias will be last. So either The Miz or Elias are going to WrestleMania. That's the end of the story.
I'm gonna go with neither are.
Well, I mean, either you're having the easiest road possible, so you get no pop, you get no heat, or you're getting the hardest road possible, and it's gonna look bad, and you're gonna get no pop and you get no heat. that's worst case scenario. Therefore, that's the way they're gonna go.
We had the first of our last chance competitors giving a promo. Matt Hardy talking about turning the chamber into a deletion chamber. That was
yes.
Fun. Then we had the Revival versus the Club. Club promo about the nerd meter got me chuckling. That was pretty good.
I liked it. It was good times.
And come on, the Club. You guys are getting Pearl Harbored. You were in Japan. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good match though.
It was a good match. Revival got the W with the Shatter Machine, and I'm incredibly pleased that the Revival is not being buried. I'm very pleased.
This is the one and only time that your 50-50 booking is not going to be total and complete dog shit. Because both teams are really, really good. And I can watch both these teams trade wins for the rest of the year. I don't care.
You can do 50-50 booking. I mean, in fact, a lot of feuds tend to be 50-50 booking for a large portion of it. The problem with WWE's 50-50 booking is each feud turns out 50-50. Everything on the show is 50-50. And therefore, it's an oversaturation of 50-50.
Yep. Nobody gets over, and everybody dies.
Kurt Angle gave us a promo about Jason Jordan being hurt, Ronda Rousey being signing an official contract to Elimination Chamber, and basically he, feel bad for Jason Jordan. He's getting his dream crushed. Seth Rollins.
I enjoyed the Kurt Angle gets real moment. It's like, listen. I hear you booing, and you're fucking idiot animals. So contain yourselves for one goddamn second, you retards.
Then we had Seth Rollins come out, kind of draw some parallels with Jason Jordan. Of course, he the knee injury and so on. Expressed some sympathy and seemed to be fishing for something from Kurt Angle. Kurt thought it was going to be a title shot at the tag team titles, but no, He wants a spot in the Elimination Chamber, which Kurt eventually gives after asking the crowd if they want to see Seth Rollins in the Last Chance match or not.
Yep.
They said yes.
Indeed.
Continuing with our promos, Bray Wyatt gives us his standard Bray Wyatt stuff. Then we had Sasha Banks versus Bayley.
I enjoyed this match.
They let the hometown girl win. That was a definite sign of positivity at this point. Because if you've been following WWE for any long period of time, you will generally be embarrassed in your hometown. That's how it works.
Yep. If it's your hometown, you lose. If you've got family at ringside and it's your hometown, holy shit, they'll probably strip you naked and cut your genitalia off. Jesus.
Yeah, that was a good match. Bayley and Sasha Banks can have better, but this is Raw, so don't bring out the best stuff.
Yeah,
Fair
well,
enough.
it's the main roster. You can't. You're not allowed. Not even on pay-per-view. You will be ostracized.
Yeah. Let's try and stay positive. Nia Jax comes out at the end after they were, teasing a hug, and Bayley tries to save Banks to no avail. Nia Jax kills everything.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of this match. It was really good. Sasha Banks didn't try to murder herself. It was, that's good. I enjoyed the Avalanche Bayley to Belly. I believe this was the first backdrop driver of the week, if I'm not much mistaken. I think Bayley hit a backdrop driver.
She did.
So I marked out for that. And, so the match was really fucking good, and I really fucking enjoyed it. And then Nia Jax got in there and got all sassy, which I enjoyed as well.
Then we had a bit of tension between Seth and Roman. I don't really like this tension.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense since Dean's going to turn on them anyway. So what the fuck are you people doing?
Not really a fan. Also, it's like Roman, I'll eliminate you in the chamber. It's like, God damn it, guys, work together, you morons.
No, they're faces. Therefore, their IQ goes down 75 points.
And Seth Rollins' handling of it is not great either. He's like, oh, it's going to be like that. Oh, what the fuck? It's a bad storyline.
That little bit I did actually enjoy. So, come on, dude. It was a little wink. It was a little nod. It was a little breaking the fourth wall. Like, come on. We know, and I know that we're both faces and we're supposed to be stupid, but let's not be that stupid, even though Vince wants us to be stupid. I enjoyed that a little bit.
This led to a face-off with the Shield. Apparently Roman's facing Sheamus tonight. And, I kind of enjoyed it. Kind of brought them back together. Kind of, Roman standing up for his buddy. I'm good with this. And then we had Absolution versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss.
Mandy Rose is incredibly attractive.
Oh, well, before that we had a quick Titus Worldwide promo about Apollo Crews' chances. And we had a bit of a promo thing with Bliss and James, with Mickie trying to figure out what's Bliss's, plan.
Yeah.
We also got the Alexa Bliss version of an apology.
I'd like to back that up and be incredibly sexist for a moment.
Okay.
If Dana Brooke could wear the low cut thing again, I would be more than happy. It was, you know what? She wore it on the first night, and I wouldn't recommend that she does the dance with the thing, because there's a GIF out there, and if you haven't seen it, it's wonderful. However, again, sorry, being sexist and freely admitting it, but listen, every week they're going to do some Titus Worldwide shit, and I keep waiting for that particular outfit, and it's not appearing. And I understand why, and I'm not condemning anybody, but you teased me up front, and it's not very nice, okay?
But we got the closest thing I think we'll ever get to an Alexa Bliss apology. For basically the whole Mickie James's old stick, and true words were spoken here. Mickie James is a MILF. Yes. Anyways, Mickie is coming for the title at the Elimination Chamber, but tonight they are teammates. They're going to work together, and that led into the match where it was a lot of Mickie James getting beaten down and Absolution winning, and then Bliss making the save again.
Yeah. The only this was really like the I was ranting about the Miz earlier, and it was a large rant about me just ignoring him, which is a lot of wasted effort on my part. However, I'm going to use a lot less effort to say the same shit. Sonya Deville, fake. Stop with the theatrics. Stop with the fake MA. Stop. It's bullshit. You look like somebody gave a 9-year-old 16 Mountain Dews and told him to go do yard work. And you're freaking out, and you're throwing those five punches, and your hood's flopping around, and it looks fucking terrible, and you're psyching yourself up to walk upstairs. What the fuck?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
It's not good.
And your arm bars look like garbage. Your submissions look weak as shit. There's legitimate mixed martial artists on the roster now. Stop! I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, she's the only one that has really not raised her game since coming to the main roster. I think of the 5 they called up, I think Ruby Riot's done a fantastic job. I had no doubt about that.
No, not at all.
Mandy Rose is absolutely Sean.
Oh my god.
I think Sarah Logan has done actually pretty well. We'll talk.
She's coming into it. You give her 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks is all I ask. Sarah Logan will be quite the thing.
And Liv Morgan is doing pretty well as well.
And
Sonya Deville is the weak link.
They have not given Liv Morgan hardly any time in the ring, and she's made the most of what she's got. She knows that she's not ready to be in the ring. They know she's not ready to be in the ring on the main roster, and she's doing. You watch her just come out from Gorilla and get down to ringside. Just that. There's so much character work in the way she gets from up the ramp to down the ramp. And granted, most of the camera is not focused on her when she's at ringside because Ruby Riot's so goddamn good. So, and it's usually either Ruby Riot or Sarah Logan in the ring. So you're either focused on one on the inside or outside or vice versa. But the little bit of time that she gets to be on camera, she makes the most of it. Whereas Sonya Deville is just some sort of weird confetti explosion of terribleness. And I don't get it.
Yeah. And I was the one that was kind of like turning the corner on her when she had her matches with Ruby Riot, which were very good, but she's not been able to replicate anything close to that with anyone else.
Oh, because those are Ruby Riot matches.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, the thing is, like, she's been in there with other good workers and failed to replicate it. It's like, oh, man.
I think that speaks volumes about Ruby Riot and nothing about her. I think that the further time goes on, the more those matches are Ruby Riot matches. Those are not Sonya Deville matches.
Then we had Elias sing-along time.
Skipped it.
People love this. I don't know why. If you want to throw in the comments why, please do.
Yeah, no, I knew what was going to come down the pipe because Wrestle Talk. I watched the Wrestle Talk recaps the day after, and then go, okay, is this worth my time? And I knew what was coming, and I knew that Elias was garbage. I hate the singing gimmick. The singing gimmick never works. Busted 1,000 guitars, never drew a dime. The only time the singing gimmick got over and worked is Honky Tonk Man. And you know why? Because he didn't sit there and fucking sing. He did none of those things. He sang, he was the original Tai Chi. He lip synced down to the ring, he swiveled his hips, he had somebody else drive a Cadillac so he could stand up and swivel his hips and lip sync along. And then he would, occasionally he would pretend to sing and then just smash somebody with a fucking guitar.
Yep.
Nobody else has ever got over with the fucking musical singing gimmick, and neither is this guy. The only reason...
Aiden English is getting someone over, but that's more Rusev.
That's singing, though. That's not like the musician sit-down spotlight bullshit. This is... It's like Aiden English is he's just a singing promo. That's all that is. It's instead of saying things out loud, he's singing things out loud. That's all. There's no real difference there. He's just very well skilled at doing that. And no one else is doing it. But he's not getting over. he's not really getting heat. He's getting kind of like, well, they're giving him 30 or 40 minutes to sit in the ring under a spotlight, and nobody cares after 18 seconds.
There are people that care, hence why I asked the question, because I don't understand why. But there are podcasts, there are other people on Twitter and stuff talking about that. They do seem to like Elias, and I would really like one of them to explain why.
Yeah, I've heard similar things, but again, no one's saying why. They're like, oh, I like him. Cool. I don't get it. I mean, it's the same thing with fucking streetwalkers in NXT. Like, why are the fucking street hookers over at all? Anyway, neither here nor there. But, I mean, they gave him another, like, 30, 40 minutes in the middle of the ring doing nothing but strumming badly on his guitar. I skipped all of that shit. I got to Braun Strowman. Holy shit, magic. Magic happened. Magic happened right there, right in front of your eyeballs.
Braun Strowman playing and destroying a cello, and then using it on Elias. And perhaps one of the best lyrical lines I've ever heard. You look at me when I'm singing at you, boy, because I'm not done with you.
Unbelievably good. The guy has... Okay, let's brief analysis here. Braun Strowman has a better singing voice than Elias. Braun Strowman can hold a tune better than Elias. Braun Strowman got over more with 2 minutes of... Was it less than 2 minutes? Was it like a minute and a half?
Yeah, probably about 2 minutes.
We'll say about 2 minutes. Braun Strowman got his singing over in 2 minutes quicker than Elias singing for, 5 years now? Something like that?
I don't think it's been 5 years. More like 3, I think.
Well, whatever he did in NXT plus this. So I'm going to go with 5 years because it takes an average of like 17 years of training to get onto the main roster. So I'm going to cut that way down. And so 2 minutes or less or your money back. Got over singing, sung way better, sung better lyrics, sung all the things better. All the things were good. The crowd was captivated. Absolutely captivated. And Elias just sits there and gets shit on. And people think it's heat. It's not heat. They're just bored.
I did admittedly like Elias's commenting on, like, Braun getting ready to play the cello. That was amusing to me. But, case in point, the only thing I found amusing about Elias, aside from getting his ass kicked, was commenting on what Braun was doing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was just... Braun Strowman is the guy, and Elias is probably your next Bruiser... not Bruiser Brody. My brain was gonna come up with a name. Horowitz. Barry Horowitz.
Barry Horowitz.
Yeah. Elias is your new Barry Horowitz. He's just there to take the bump, take the loss. There's no reason to invest any kind of time in this guy. Not with this gimmick. Not like this.
I've not been particularly impressed with his in-ring work either, or his promos, really.
And then he got smashed with a cello, because OP.
And line of the night from the announce team, Corey Graves was like, you can get Braun Strowman's new album on iTunes and Spotify and a couple of other things. I can't remember if it was Michael Cole or Jonathan Coachman. It's bugged me because I want to give credit where it is due. But one of them's like, what's the first hit off of the album? And Graves' response is, it really doesn't matter.
You're gonna buy it.
And we got a Finn Balor promo about the Last Chance match. Then we had Sheamus versus Roman Reigns.
It's a pretty good big man match.
It was a pretty good big man match. Highlight of it, I thought, was the Superman counter to a Celtic Cross. It was pretty good. I like that. And I like the Superman, or pardon me, the Celtic Cross counter to a Superman, and the Superman counter to a Brogue Kick is pretty nice. So,
yeah, I thought he legit fucking might have done real damage to Sheamus on accident on that one.
Yeah, I've said it before. The Superman punch is a really good move when it's done kind of as a counter / flow move. It's when you're like, jacking your arm off and setting it up that I hate it.
Yeah, if you have to like go outside the ring, coat your arm with 33 gallons of horse lube, get back in the ring, stroke it for 93 minutes, make sure it's all nice and greasy, and then saunter across the ring and boop somebody on the snoot. you're doing it wrong. Just fucking punch somebody, you goddamn retard.
And, well, apparently Vince likes it, so...
Yeah. Oh, I like it when he's nice and greasy. Yeah.
Roman goes over. He should. He's in the chamber. Sheamus will have maybe a tag team match, but I don't think they're even getting that, so...
No, I don't think... you know what, and
Sheamus over here.
I wouldn't... It's not about putting Sheamus over or anything like that. Sheamus got over in that match. Sheamus did excellent work in that match. And... I really wouldn't put them on the pay-per-view because Sheamus is in goddamn medical trouble, for fuck's sake. I don't know, why did they have him in this match? Why didn't they have, I don't know, the guy without the massive neck problem?
Yeah. Although there have been some conflicting reports that the neck problem has been blown out of proportion, so...
I don't care.
I mean, let's put it this way. I'll leave it at this. If the reports are true and he's got the stenosis problem and it's, even half as bad as some of the reports have indicated, please get him off TV whenever possible. Have Cesaro do the singles matches. If it's really nothing, then I'm fine, but it's clear that shit up.
Yeah. It's the part that attaches your skull to the rest of your body. Probably don't fuck with it, right?
Yeah. We had Ivory going into the Hall of Fame, which cool. I'm down with that. And then we had the last chance match: Bray Wyatt, Apollo Crews, Matt Hardy, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. I will say the problem with this match before it even starts is I'm like, okay, there are two possible winners out there, and it's Rollins and Balor because Hardy and Wyatt are going to do something singles. And Apollo Crews is not going into that match.
What? I thought Apollo Crews was going on to WrestleMania.
I mean, he might be on the WrestleMania card.
Sarcasm.
I thought the match was actually quite well put together. I thought that it actually elevated Apollo Crews and let him do some shit. They've been doing a really good job with Apollo Crews lately.
He's been doing a really good job. Never mind the booking committee. He's been... Dude, that guy is coming out. Mm-hmm. Like... Whatever shell he was in is peeling away and flaking off. I liked Apollo Crews. I liked what he could do, but he was never the guy who could put any of this shit together into a package. And the package is coming together.
Very nicely, yeah. We end up with the double pin spot when Rollins and Balor powerbomb Bray Wyatt while he's got Apollo Crews up for a bit. Tower of Doom spot, basically.
I like the tease Tower of Doom into the regular Tower of Doom later. That was good.
And they both get the pin, and apparently on SmackDown we had the notification that they're both going to be in the chamber. So after the cliffhanger ending to Raw, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You tune into SmackDown like 7-man Chamber of Doom. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks, Cole. And then we head over to SmackDown.
Yeah,
we opened up with Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, but we didn't really get the match because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attacked Corbin backstage and then Ziggler.
Dude, I love this. This was all of the things. There was no commentary, no music, no... Well, so to set the stage, anybody who hasn't seen it, which is absolutely nobody who's listening to this, but you had Zigglesworth come down to the ring, and then they played Baron Corbin's music, didn't come down, played it again, didn't come down, go into the back, which they, predictable, and Owens and Zayn are beating the shit out of Baron Corbin. And that was awesome. And then they come out, they're like, let's go, one down, one to go, they come out to ringside, and your boy Sami Zayn looks like a bona fide 100% dyed-in-the-wool predator. That guy's got a look in his eye like, I see you, you are a target, and I'm coming for that ass.
You are a wounded gazelle.
You may be in perfect health. I am going to cripple you. Owens still looks like the glassy-eyed sociopath, but Sami Zayn looks like some sort of evil fucking psychopath mastermind. He's got a weird look on his face, and it's fan-goddamn-tastic.
Mm-hmm. I liked pretty much all their work throughout the entire night.
Indeed.
Then we had Sarah Logan with the Riot Squad versus Charlotte Flair with Becky and Naomi. Pretty good match. Sarah Logan knows what to do in the ring.
Yeah, boy.
Most of it was over commercial break, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Charlotte gets the win with the natural selection.
It's pretty good. Sarah Logan.
They let Logan get some shit in a proper one-on-one because the Riot Squad really didn't get involved.
Yeah, nobody got involved. You had Becky Lynch and the weird cheerleader come down to the ring. And so you had two people on the outside versus two people on the outside. And Sarah Logan did awesome. She like, again, from leaving gorilla position down to the ramp, there's a lot of character work going on there that I don't think people are giving enough credit. And then in the ring, she did all kinds of short, brutal things. She did the shoulder charge to the spine. She did a couple of things into the turnbuckle, stuff like that. She's doing like real rough house type shit. And it's getting over, and she's really kind of establishing her own character. And I'm enjoying it.
Uh-huh. Then we had Shane and Daniel doing their thing. And this basically just sets up that Baron and Dolph are both going to get chances to get into the pay-per-view main event against Sami and Kevin Owens later on in the night.
Mm-hmm.
If Sami or KO interfere in a match they're not in, they will be gone from the PPV.
PP Vizzle. And I enjoyed Daniel Bryan's just kind of like, he was very subdued.
Yeah.
And just like, fine. That's like everything. He said like, okay, twice, I think, maybe, and that was it. And with those two words, he was able to convey, you're making the right decision. I can see the logical reason why you're doing this, and I have no argument against it. And then he kind of stared a hole in his back after Shane went off camera. And that was, again, character work. Holy shit, it's amazing what you can do if you let professionals be professional.
Kevin Owens versus Baron Corbin. This was a pretty decent match, actually. Kind of brawly, which plays to Baron Corbin's strengths. Baron Corbin is pretty damn good in his wheelhouse. The problem is his wheelhouse is just kind of small still.
Yeah, he's got spots that he can do in the match, but it's still just spots. Like the dive to the outside, wrap around the post, and dive back in thing. That's very cute. Good at that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's cute, it's cool, it's dynamic, but Corbin is unfortunately reminding me a lot of Randy Orton, and I was really bored with Randy Orton right off the bat. In the very first time he was ever on screen, I'm like, this guy doesn't give a shit. And Baron Corbin seems to not give a shit either. Maybe he's just really good in his character about being nihilistic, but he doesn't seem to give a shit.
Yeah, I think with Corbin it's more character, whereas Orton wasn't supposed to not give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, when he does his little spots, like he does he, like I said, like the swivel around the post spot and dive back in, that's cool. He's up for that. He's up for his own finishers. The rest of it's... he's up for putting somebody through something on the outside. The rest of it's kind of laconic. Kind of the... And I don't know.
I'm a little surprised that they keep pipping the Golden Gloves background and everything. I'm like,
yeah, stop.
I would like his striking to be a little better.
Knock somebody out. One person, one time. Just punch somebody one time. Golden Gloves, holy shit. I know that's not what Golden Gloves means. I know that. But if you're going to tell me 3 times per match he's a Golden Gloves champion that played in the NFL, have him punch the fucking shit out of somebody. Boom! Drop the hammer, they're done.
Or at least stop throwing his, really gangly kind of hook things that he throws, where I'm like,
yeah.
Man, one Golden Gloves tournament would have knocked that out of you.
Yep.
Anyways, he gets the win with the end of days. He's going to Fastlane. Then we go to Bobby Roode in the ring.
Roberto Roode.
He's bringing back the U.S. Open Challenge. And he wants Randy Orton to come out, but he makes it clear it's open to the locker room. But I want Randy Orton. and I want him to come out here and face me as opposed to, jumping me from behind, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And Orton comes out.
And Bobby Roode was awesomely pumped.
I instantly didn't really care because I don't want to see this match.
Yeah, but you know what? Bobby Roode sold this for me because, dude, I know that he knows what's going to happen, but he did an excellent job of selling me on the fact that he was so excited. Like, yes, dude, yes. I enjoyed the shit. I enjoyed him enjoying it. That's what happened.
I did. I enjoyed Bobby Roode here. I still don't want to see the match.
No. But I'm enjoying I'm enjoying that, and I'm enjoying what happened next.
Jinder My Balls comes out, and we get to play with the top 10 rankings finally, where he's talking. Randy, I respect you, but the rest of the roster thinks you peaked, and you're ranked at number 9. Randy doesn't care about the rankings, which he shouldn't. I mean, man's made tons of money. I don't think he really. I can't think of a reason why he would give a shit.
Yeah, I don't. He doesn't give a shit about anything else.
Mahal doesn't believe that he doesn't care. The irony of this, of course, is that Mahal's not even in the top 10.
Which Roberto Rude points out.
Indeed. Tries to stir up the shit. Bobby says, no one respects you, Jinder, and you're not even in the top 10.
Correct.
And then there's a bit where Bobby Roode's talking to Randy Orton about how we'd probably respect you more if you didn't jump at people randomly. And Randy did have his moment here of, you mean like this? And RKO Sunil Singh.
Yeah, I think they'd respect you more if you weren't attacking them out of nowhere all the time. Just, you mean like this? And crushes a Singh brother. Enjoyable. And then your boy Jatinder Mabal's gave everybody the colostomy bag. Which
I need a Colossus reverse into an RKO over the course of this feud, please.
Oh, they'll do it. They couldn't do it last year because he's supposed to be the champion, which was adorable. But they'll do it. Yeah. The one thing that was missing, the only thing that was missing from this was I needed at some point, either as a rebuttal. No, I didn't need that as a rebuttal. After he'd given both of those guys the colostomy bag. I needed him to either grab a mic or just scream at the prone bodies going, they're just jealous of me. That's why I'm not on the list. Like, just get over the point that's why. Get your fucking heat in.
Or go with the anti-America deal again.
Oh, God. Fuck off.
Hey, it would actually work here.
I guess, but he's Canadian, so it doesn't work.
Oh, well, you can still do an anti-American gimmick as a Canadian.
It's true. It's funnier that way.
Then we had a New Day pancake eating thing.
Shush!
This was pretty bad until Gable and Benjamin came out, to be honest.
Shush! I need more shush. I was waiting for the shush, dude. I was waiting. Is he going to say it? Oh, he's going to say it. Is he going to say it? He's going to say it now. What is he going to say it now? Like, every single time any New Day member opened their fucking mouth, I wanted Gable to just come out with a big, powerful shush! You got your wish. Loud. You got your wish. I did, but it was I just kept waiting and waiting. I want Gable's shoosh to be the new it doesn't matter.
Gable and Benjamin called him jokes, and I did like Xavier going, "Are you saying Kofi Kingston as he's picking his nose is not a serious competitor?" Are you telling that Big E is not a serious competitor as he's filling up his nipples? And then
when I was training for the Olympics,
I enjoy just insulting pancakes for randomly no real reason, and they like waffles.
That was so good. What was it? Big E? Yeah, Big E went and grabbed a platter of pancakes. I fully anticipated somebody just doing some sort of like front toe kick. And just kicking the platter of pancakes up into the air. But, I mean, my brain does, perfect world booking all the time, and that didn't happen.
Anyways, we get a match that unfortunately starts during a commercial break.
Oh, fuck.
Anyways, I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the revenge on Chad Gable spot as well, where Big E starts just suplexing him mercilessly, and it's like, This is what you get for all of those Germans, damn it.
And then fucking Gable with the Chaos Theory on Big E. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Chad Gable is so good.
They gave me like a 1/4 chub.
In the end, Gable gets pinned after the midnight hour. So,
yeah.
New Day goes over. I'm fine with it. This feud could be fun.
Yeah, I think the feud will be really good. I don't have really a problem with anybody in this eating the pin. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's, although, I mean, if you want to draw a line in the sand, maybe Gable should eat less of the pins, because he's newer.
I would agree with that. Benjamin's kind of your spent commodity. Although Shelton is really good in his return as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I've never done anything but really enjoy everything Shelton Benjamin's ever really done.
Not so much Big Mama Benjamin. I
don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna ask you to even explain it. I'm gonna ignore the fact that you ever brought it up, and I'm gonna keep talking until you stop talking about it. And I'm not gonna share.
I said I was going to let you live in ignorance.
Hooray! I need a top up on my beverage. So why don't you talk about how fucking good Zayn is in the goddamn ring against Dolph fucking Ziggler?
We got a couple of things I'm going to sweep up first.
All right, well, sweep up the garbage. I'll be back in like 18 seconds.
We had an Uso Brothers promo. I'm not sure if this is literally the one we saw last week. But the Bludgeon Brothers interrupted by destroying a TV with hammers. So that was actually kind of a neat spot. We had Owens and Sammy talking backstage. Owens is still like kind of big team guy, talking about, using the term "we" repetitively, whereas Sammy says it's every man for himself. And then we go on to Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler.
Holy goddamn, this was good.
This was really good. I knew it was going to be good because these two, I think, complement each other very well.
If you let Dolph out of his cage, he's going to stack awesomeness to the sky.
My only real problem was that they're still doing the music cutoff with Dolph Ziggler, even though we're kind of seeing a face turn. Like, I think that's what this is supposed to be. So stop doing that.
No. I want them to keep doing that. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
The record scratch they're using wrong. So, and anybody who knows anything or has been involved with any form of pop culture kind of has this weird gut check feeling that they know it's not right, and that's why you don't like it, I think. Because the record scratch has been used traditionally as the interrupter. So, for this, nothing's happening. And then they interrupt nothing for more nothing. That's why you don't really like it right now. If they keep pushing him as a face, it's going to work great. Because, well, you'd be like, do. Yep, that's me. I bet you wonder how I got into this situation. Right? That's how they use the record scratch. The record scratch is to interrupt and go, what the fuck? In this particular case, it's an attention getter, followed by nothing but him. He's the only thing going on. If they keep pushing him as a face and stop 50-50 booking the shit out of him into oblivion, or only having him on TV to lose to new guys from NXT, it's not going to work. But if they keep pushing him as a face, as an upper mid-carder or main eventer, as they fucking should, in that space of nothing, you're going to have a massive crowd pop. You give it 2-3 weeks of more pushing him doing excellent things, there's going to be a massive crowd pop, and then his music's going to hit, and you're going to have a bigger crowd pop after that, if they do it right.
I see where you're going with this. I'm not sure that I overly care for it, but I see where you're going with it.
Yeah, no, not now. Right now, it's not working.
Oh, right now, I hate it.
Right now, it's not working because it's new and it's dumb, but from a psychological standpoint, it should work fantastically. All they have to do is push him. Jesus goddamn Christ.
Going back to our talks about Sammy the Predator.
Woo!
Pretty fun seeing him play kind of like mind games with Ziggler and also getting a little brutal.
Yeah.
Because Sami Zayn / El Generico can do brutal.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, whatever. He is, in my mind and in my heart, right now, Sami Zayn is top heel. He's eclipsed Owens. Owens is kind of a one-note dude at this point.
Owens has not been doing his best work lately.
No, which is weird because he's paired up with his best friend in the world. You'd think that this would be but the Twitter thing backstage on the pre-show for the last pay-per-view there, woo, dude, they were on fire. But when they're allowed to do their own thing together, they're really good. And I think Owens is being fed a script and Owens isn't liking it or something. I don't know. But, or maybe we're going to get a bigger payoff. I don't know. But right now, Sami Zayn, who's flexing brand new heel muscles. Oh my God, where the fuck was this guy? Jesus, he's like a serial killer.
Quite a bit, yeah. I enjoyed the match. I look forward to possibly revisiting this match at some point, and even better, step up the tempo maybe 10%, and we'll be in business. Because Ziggler works very well at a high pace. His low pace work has always been questionable. We've talked about that before when it comes to like Ziggler the heel.
Yeah, and he's always worked face. Like his in ring work has always been face work. And then in the last year and a half, he's tried to adopt a heel style in ring, which involves a lot of slower work, which is not good because in WWE you have to do a lot of rest holds. Whereas in the rest of the world, if you're a heel and you do slow work, you fucking cripple a guy, and then you stand back and watch him squirm for a long time.
Yeah, Minoru Suzuki style.
Yeah, Tetsuya Naito style. There's guys that you can watch and go, oh yeah, that's how you do it.
Killer Elite Squad.
Yeah, even Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes has got some of that going on. He's got a lot more holds.
Yeah.
He's got a lot more holds, but there is still some of that, I just fucking wrecked you, haha.
Mm-hmm. I would say more Cody slows down to like medium speed as opposed to slow speed.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, a good match. Ziggler gets the win with a pretty nice zigzag. And
dude, that was when I watched it initially in full speed, that zigzag looked botched. When I watched it in slow-mo, that looked brutal as shit. Mm-hmm. And not botched in any way, shape, or form. I
like the earlier zigzag where he countered the haluva kick with the zigzag.
Yes.
So that was SmackDown. So we move on to Mixed Match Challenge. I wasn't tremendously looking forward to this Mixed Match Challenge because
because Elias drags everything down.
Well, it's kind of almost everyone. It was kind of almost everyone involved to a degree. It was. I didn't really know who I wanted to see eat the pin between Elias and Bayley. Like, I wanted to see Elias eat the pin, but they're both in the Elimination Chamber. They kind of shouldn't be eating a pin.
Lana number one.
Lana is the best. Lana number one. And Lana...
You're singing that backwards, but I'm okay with it.
No, it's Lana's the best. Lana number one.
Yeah.
And while I am a fan of Lana's work as a manager, in-ring still needs some significant work. It's not as bad as they half the time try to make her out to be on SmackDown, which I've always been very confused at, but not a particularly inspiring worker. And Bayley is someone who can work down to the level of her opposition as opposed to raising them, like say a Ruby Riott. We were talking about that earlier with Sonya Deville.
Yeah, there is some of that. Although I would give Ruby. I don't want to get into a whole thing right now, but there's a definite difference between Ruby Riott ceiling without a push and Bayley's ceiling without a push are vastly different things.
Yes,
and it's you're not wrong in any way, shape, or form about that. So yeah.
But, I mean, much like last week with Team Rose Gold and Uso.
Team Rose Gold for the win.
The in-ring action was not fantastic. But the character work, the storytelling, very good. This was about trying to hype up Lana, try to give her some confidence in her in-ring abilities, and at times, her getting discouraged. But then going back at it and she eventually got the pin on Bayley, which people are mad about. I didn't like the finish. I didn't like the fact that basically she got pinned off of a faceplant on a turnbuckle. That was kind of weak. But
I didn't have that big a problem with it.
Yeah, no, I Lana has that cool finisher. I would have thrown that in there. Like, have her face planted off the turnbuckle, then bam, and boom, finisher 3. Would have been happier, but it's a small gripe. I enjoyed the threatening the guitar and Elias getting emotional about that.
That was awesome. He grabbed the guitar. He's like, I dropped it. What are you gonna do about it?
I enjoyed, Rusev's trying to calm Lana down, and then Elias makes the foolish mistake. Control your wife, man. You do not talk to my wife that way.
I enjoyed everything about this. I enjoyed the promos, like not promo, but the footage of her breaking boards. I liked everything about this. This was just as good as in a perfect world. I would see Team Rose Gold and Ravishing Rusev Day fight forever. Clap, 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 clap. Can you imagine the character work?
That'd be fantastic.
Oh my god.
But yeah, and then we got hype up for next week, which is Bobby Roode and Ric Flair versus Charlotte Flair versus Apollo Crews and Nia Jax. I enjoyed the Leave the Wooing to Me. I also enjoyed Apollo Crews trying to recruit Nia Jax for Titus Worldwide.
Yeah, that's been an ongoing thing I'm enjoying. But you failed to mention the best part of all of this.
Oh.
The Flair and Rude tag team, they are known as the Robe Warriors.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah! Oh, what a woo!
And then it was on to 205 Live.
Or as I have noted in my notes here as 205 Alive Citrus Beverage.
I'm fine with that description.
Indeed. There's a big-ass package, giggity, that opened the show. Not as good. I've noticed that, and I don't want to really bring up why it's not as good, because he's currently, probably in a lot of legal trouble. But the recap for 205 is lacking, let's just say, charisma. And I got bedinged by somebody. What the fuck? Facebook Messenger, whatever. We opened up with a little promo package, or a little interview. We got your boy Tozawa and your boy Mandrews. And I started off with a little bit of a dirty taste in my mouth, because apparently Dasha's being fed her lines one syllable at a time.
That's been going a while.
High-fiving and stage diving, Mark Andrews. And then Andrews gets on and says a little thing, and then flubs his own high-fiving and stage diving line, which was weird.
It's the second time on the big TV, so I'm okay with it.
I guess. There was a weird amount of rest holds and submissions for a match that should have involved the Stamina Monster versus the high-fiving and stage diving guy.
Yeah, I did think that was a little weird, yeah. Yeah,
and there was... At the time, I thought it was a weird... what was it? I think Andrews hit... can't remember what it was, the original move. He hit him with some kind of move and then did the standing... was it the moonsault?
Standing moonsault, yeah.
So he hit the standing moonsault. The standing fucking Phoenix Splash was later. Holy shit. But there was a weird ref hesitation where there was a pin and the ref went, and then counted. But then when they showed it in slow motion, it was obvious that Tozawa's shoulders were up. So that was a strange and weird interruption. And yeah, it was just kind of... It was a good match. There was a good suicide headbutt dive thing, which is, I guess, the safest way to do a diving headbutt. There was a real official backdrop driver, which I have in all caps, no spaces, with an exclamation point, and finished up with a La Magistra cradle into a roll-up, You had your boy Tozawa go for the La Magistra Cradle, and then Mandrews countered with just a simple rollover into the pin for a flash win, which I enjoyed. The other thing I enjoyed about this match is both guys kind of used theatrics to set up failure, which was good. Both guys used, like, one would wave into the air like, hey, I'm going to do a thing, and then he would do the thing, and the thing wouldn't work. And then the next guy would do a bunch of moves, and then like, I'm going to go for the finish. Hey, guys, I'm going for the finish. And it wouldn't work because he was waving at the crowd. And I just kind of enjoyed that motif throughout the whole match.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little disappointed that Akira's out of the tournament because I'm a Tozawa narc, and would have generally enjoyed him going through over Andrews to the final 8. But, you know, I'm also a fan of Mark Andrews, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But I probably just would have had the other guy go over.
You know what? I think if you're going to have one guy lose and it's not going to hurt him, it's Tozawa.
I would agree with that. He can definitely eat a pin and not lose any momentum. He's got that kind of personality.
Yeah, you give him a couple of promos backstage next week, he's fine. We had your boy Jack the Ripper Gallagher backstage with a hand-knit tie, I might add. You don't see that kind of thing every day. Your boy Spudrick Drake came over and gave him a dressing down about, you know, what do you nice suit, motherfucker. I got 2 of those. And or why are you wearing it? Aren't you a wrestler? Question mark.
Yeah, I'm liking the Drake Maverick kind of bitching out people who've been, in some cases gimmick working, because I think Gulak and Gallagher have actually been helped by the gimmicks, but
yes,
not so much Neese. But you've got you kind of having the GM be a force for change and kind of explaining the real life changes that come with Triple H running the brand as opposed to Vince McMahon.
Yeah, that's totally true.
So it's a great way of making real life merge with kayfabe.
I'm totally in favor of all of the things that are happening. There's the only thing I'm not totally in favor of, until of course the main event happened, was the matches, because I was told 100% by Mr. Braniel Dyanson that this is the new 205 Live. We're going to do cruiserweights the way cruiserweights should be cruiserweighting. And that has 0 times happened. I'm not saying the matches are bad. They're not.
I would say that there has been a match or 2 where I think it has been close. Like, I think Roderick Strong, Hideo Itami.
Yeah, that's not... Yeah, well, no, that's the match that those 2 should fucking have. But as in terms of cruiserweights being cruiserweights, doing things that cruiserweights can do that heavyweights can't do, that has happened 0 of the times.
Yeah, no, I can see your point there.
There's a lot of rest holds.
I think part of that is that some of the matches in this tournament haven't really been the guys that can really do what you're talking about.
I disagree.
Well, Mandrews can, but that we did comment that we thought the Mandrews.
But like every lucha they've had in any match.
I don't trust Kalisto to do that kind of shit.
Then fucking fire him, because that's not what I'm after. Anyway,
which is very disappointing, because I was actually a big fan of Samurai del Sol, which is of course Kalisto, but something happened to him in WWE. And I don't know. It's like
WWE happened.
A lot of like botches on things that he used to be able to do on autopilot.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just like, and I'm not saying the matches are in any way bad. It's just not what I was fucking told was going to happen. So, yeah. But then after the Jacques de Spudrick promo, we had the Buddy Murphy package. Buddy Murphy is marrying Alexa Bliss, so they're giving him a push. There was apparently a lot of talk about putting Leo Rush in this spot, but they decided not to because he's still in hot water about the Emma tweet, which is fucking kind of understandable, but also hilarious. I thought it was really funny, but I'm not involved with the business. So there is that. There's a lot of hype that's a lot of hype package for a guy who nobody knows who he is. So either he's getting a massive push, or he's just getting a big introduction to like play catch up with everybody else in the tournament.
The thing is if you've been following NXT for a really long time, you do know who Buddy Murphy is. He was one half of the tag team champions at one point.
I've been watching NXT for 2 or 3 years, and I don't know who the fuck
I'm
this guy
talking
is.
longer than that. You're right in the sense that they've not done anything with him in a long time. But there was a time when he was a big deal in their tag team division. And then then he just disappeared on injury maybe, or something. But
might it be because his name is Buddy Murphy?
It's a bad name, and I'm not really a fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive fan of him in general, nor am I trying to.
I mean, he's put together.
But he was
dude's put together like a brick shit house. I'm not going to take that away from him.
He was a thing back once upon a time, and he's a pretty decent worker. I'm looking forward to this reasonably so. I don't think him and Daivari is going to be an amazing match, but I think
I'm willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
And then brought us to our main event of the evening, which was your boy, Drew Gulak, and your boy, Tony the Nice One Neese. Holy shit, this was a good gut. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that Mio did not watch this match, and therefore his opinion is invalid.
This is a lie.
I can tell you didn't watch this match because you didn't say a damn thing for 10 minutes, and then you're like, oh, and on to NXT. When in real time, this match was like 20 minutes plus,
and was awesome. Do I have to push the push to talk button to like mark out? I can't do it in private?
No, that's not true. But goddamn, this match was fucking everything. This match was everything I ever wanted from both of these guys.
Yeah, this match,
and then some.
This match totally sold me on Tony Neese as a guy who could put on... Because I was always wondering about Tony Neese. He was kind of the guys on 205 Live, he was kind of the big question mark. He was the one that I didn't have a background piece for. Like, I'd seen a lot of Drew Gulak. I'd seen a lot of Mustafa Ali. I'd seen a lot of Daivari. Some Noam Dar, not that much. Lots of Lince Dorado. Lots of Samurai Del Sol. Etc. But... hadn't really seen much of Tony Neese pre-WWE. So I was always wondering what he had to offer. And this sold me.
Yeah, this match opened with the bar none, absolute, top-notch, super best technical chain wrestling sequence I have ever seen. This was I think they had a conversation saying, let's go out and have a legit, actual wrestling match for about 3 minutes, and then we'll see where it goes. Because this was all of the technical moves. You could see some of it was kayfabe, but damn, dude, everything from like the opening bell to about 3 or 4 minutes in was the most technical shit you can legitimately see that might happen in a wrestling match or a submission grappling match. Well, not a full-on like competitive match, but you're gonna see these are guys like two friends. They're like, let's test each other. Let's go.
So do a little flow grappling.
Yeah. And there was at some point, I think it was Tony Neese, I believe, had a hold on a rest. Even the rest holds were getting pops. Tony Neese had a rest hold of some sort, I believe, on Gulak, and there was a rising clap, like for a rest hold. For fuck's sake, you haven't seen that since the 90s because people don't. Vince McMahon's fucking ruined the world. There was Tony Neese had a massive elbow. There was a backdrop driver on the fucking floor. Although I noticed that my only gripe about this is that Vic Joseph didn't shut the fuck up for 18 parts of a second. He just talked and talked and talked and talked and shut the fuck up. But And he called the backdrop driver a belly to back because he's a schlub and obviously not a connoisseur of the backdrop driver like I am. There was Tony Neese hit a beautiful, or no, it wasn't Tony, it was Gulak. Gulak hit a beautiful textbook T-bone suplex that I thought he might have legitimately killed Tony Neese with. That guy landed directly on his head and neck. Holy shit. Tony Neese broke out the electric chair drop, which nobody does anymore, and it was great. And then Gulak went to the outside, and Tony Neese hit the round-off plancha over the rope. What the fuck, dude? I marked out a lot. There was a lot of marking out in this match. At one point, Gulak got Neese back in the ring, or maybe it was vice versa. Neese hit the rope, or was sent into the rope. It's a little fuzzy at this point. And then Gulak smashed him with walked through him with a clothesline like, bitch, your ass is mine.
You ain't built for this.
You ain't built for this. He beat, like, legitimately, they told an excellent story all the way to the end. He beat Tony until Tony couldn't go anymore, which is what I hoped for. I really wanted this to be the the better technical wrestler against the guy who was just tougher. And that's exactly what they did. And the guy who was just goddamn tougher won. And he put him in the Dragon Sleeper, and the ref put his arm up one time and went, fuck this, ring the bell. And Gulak has the best evil gremlin face in the world. Also, they didn't run a single goddamn commercial the entire goddamn time.
Yes. They've been better about that on 205 Live lately. Oh.
Holy shit, I've got to enjoy a wrestling match in its entirety. That's something I don't think the WWE has been able to do for, 15 years?
Probably about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I anticipate that the main event at WrestleMania will be interrupted by 17 commercials because it's on the network, and therefore shouldn't be. Also, Drew Gulak grabbed the title off the pedestal, which no one else has done. So I don't know if this is bad luck or foreshadowing. I don't know.
I think that's bad luck.
That could very well be.
Then let's talk some NXT.
Let's indeed talk some NXT. They had an entire full-sized PWG crowd this time. So that's good. We started out with Dunne versus Strong, which was involved Mauro Ranallo literally dying of the true death on the microphone repeatedly. Mauro Ranallo, I think, has had some throat issues, or I don't know what the fuck, but dude got real guttural.
Quite a bit.
And it was, I really don't have much in the way of notes on this match because it, again, was another one of those ones where I just was enjoying the whole goddamn thing, except for the, every 40 seconds Mauro Ranallo's voice would just give out on him. And it was very distracting. There was a good amount of back and forth. There was a good amount of backbreakers. Enjoyable. Hit Dunne with a backbreaker on the steps early in the match, which set up a number of other things later on. Dunne really worked over Strong's arm, which Strong sold, unable to hit a backbreaker at least once, maybe twice. I think just once, though.
I enjoyed a couple of escapes by grabbing the fingers and working the fingers over, because freaking Dunne does.
Exactly. Strong would hit a hold, and then and Dunne would be like, fuck, shit. There's your head. Oh, I'm out.
I see your stronghold and raise you a finger lock.
So that was highly enjoyable. It was just, goddamn, this was just a really good match. Dunne got the win with the bitter end. I think the finish was a little, maybe they got the go home signal a little quickly or something. I don't know what the hell happened. But it was definitely the end seemed a bit rushed.
It does feel like they went a bit long because, we wound up with a really short main event. And
I think that was kind of the plan the whole time.
I think that was the plan, but I think like if I were to guess, I'd say they probably want another 2.5 minutes on that.
Maybe. I don't know what the hell else he'd do, but we'll get there. That was a really goddamn good title match. It would have been interesting to see Strong win the title. They even asked Nigel on commentary, like, would you? And Nigel said straight up, Strong is my best friend in wrestling, straight up. And they asked him, do you want to see an American hold the title? And he's like, no. So that was fun. It was God. Everything Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate does is awesome, and you should just watch all of it. So there.
Yeah, I think literally the biggest negative I can even say on this match is that I've been spoiled by Dunne versus Bate and Dunne versus Gargano. I actually at points of this match kind of went, this is really good, but it could be better.
Yeah, no, it was a really good match, and I enjoyed it, and you should enjoy it too. Then we had the Velvety Rabbitine guy talk shit about Tyler Bate, which was really weird. I don't like who's.
I think that was set up off of something on Twitter or something. I think
then he should have said Twitter.
I think we're missing a piece of the puzzle because he was talking about how Tyler Bate was talking about him, like 5'0" wants to step up to the dream. I'm like, so we're missing a piece of the puzzle here somewhere.
Yeah, well, at this point in the Velvety Rabbit's career, no one's talking about you. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, I don't know. Apparently, Velvety Rabbit versus Tyler Bate's going to be a thing. Hopefully, they don't. Oh, did we go into the whole Tyler Bate getting buried thing?
No, we did not.
Okay, so Tyler Bate's getting buried, and has been getting buried for a year now. Tyler Bate apparently was scheduled, or they wanted him to join the SmackDown roster on like a full-time touring basis, so that he can get experience, and apparently he had already committed to other things. So he said he couldn't, and now they're burying him. They took the title away. They're making him lose on TV a shitload of times. All to punish a 19-year-old kid who has fucking principles. You stupid fucking corporate whores.
It's also not really working because you're putting him in. He's still putting up these amazing matches even in losing efforts.
Yeah. What do you? Oh, my contract's up and I put up all these amazing matches. I guess I'll go work literally everything else, literally any promotion in the world.
And it's their own fault. Like they've underutilized the UK roster. Their idea for the UK show largely seems to be dead in the water, or at the very least not doing anything.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course they took indie dates. They got to make money.
Of course, yeah. So, whatever. Just go ahead. Punish the fucking kid who has goddamn principles. I think maybe I'll stand with Tyler Bate. Maybe that'll be a thing. Yeah. We had your boy, Tyler Black. No, it's not Tyler Black. Dave Black. No. Steve Blackman? No.
Aleister Black is the word you're looking for.
Aleister Black. Yeah, definitely not Steve. Not Steve Blackman. Not Steve Blackman. Although that would be a good manager for him.
In fairness, Steve, you said my boy, and Steve Blackman is my boy.
Indeed. Steve, your boy Aleister Blackman came down to the ring with a very nice 19-piece suit on.
Damn, I want that suit.
Yeah, boy. He said he wanted title. And then Killian Damo comes down. Killian Damo speaks. He's got one of them sexy accents as well. He says, there's one, I'm gonna fucking fight you, and Aleister Black's like, no, I'll fight you, and so they're gonna fight. It's gonna be good times.
I'm gonna have fun with that.
And there was one fucking retard, hey Atlanta, maybe crucify that idiot, who kept going, what? Like, he had no rhythm, he had no timing, he would literally shout, what? In the middle of somebody saying a sentence, and then he would wait and shout what right when another sentence started. He couldn't. Dude, that guy was retarded. I think maybe that guy might have been mentally unsound to live on his own. That's just, I'm putting that out there.
I mean, we are talking about Atlanta, and we do know a guy who lives in those parts that
could have been him.
That could describe.
Although that's a lot of bass in that guy's voice. I don't think that's really possible. I don't think that's happening.
Fair point.
We have, and then we followed up with TM61 versus what I have written down here as Le Jabiers.
John Schuyler and Andrew Duckworth.
Yeah, Skyboy and the Duck Butt. I have a couple of notes. There was a all caps, all one word with exclamation point. Backdrop driver. And then the final note says, kind of an awkward match due to the quality of le opponents. Still good though.
Yep. TM61 gets further over, another job.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see them in the ring with
a qualified team.
Yeah, with someone proper, I would say before the end of the month.
Yeah, I mean, they had a spectacular match against the AOP. I would love to see what they're capable of now. And then we had the main event of the evening, which was Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. Rematch for Le Title. It started out with Ember Moon basically laying all of the stiff kicks in the fucking world into Shayna Baszler's back.
I enjoyed that part.
Holy Jesus. I think they had a conversation backstage and it went something like, hey, Ember, just kick me as hard as you can, as much as you possibly can. What, are you serious? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I think that's how that went.
I enjoyed the Ember Moon House of Fire early on. Mm-hmm. I really did. And then she did that stupid suicide dive.
Yeah. It looked good at the time.
It looked good, but it makes no sense when you have one arm, basically.
Yeah, no, it made no sense whatsoever.
Stupid faces.
Ember Moon's selling the giant, like, my arm is literally falling off kind of injury, and did a suicide plancha through.
I think her arm may be legitimately injured.
Again?
Well, I noted that Shayna Baszler did her, her arm break spot, right? With the,
Yo, I've got notes on that. Okay. I've got notes on that. So, Ember Moon did a suicide diving plancha through, or not a. I can't remember what the Mexican term. Basically, suicide dive through the ropes. It was not a tope suicida, although I will say tope suicida just for effect. And basically harpooned Baszler against the announce table, which was about 8 feet, was about 8 inches away from the fucking.
I was gonna say ringside. 8 feet. You're being very generous.
Yeah, I was gonna go with 8 inches, and my brain went the other way. It was very close to the ring apron, and basically harpooned Baszler's spine against it, and then fell on the ground and started screaming about her arm for like 93 minutes. And Baszler got her back in there less than that, because the whole match went like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that.
It was like 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Got her back in the ring, went to set up the whole, I'm going to twist your hand against the mat and then stomp on your elbow, breaking every bone north of the Mississippi, which Moon promptly botched, which got her hand legitimately stomped on. What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't even do the arm stomp spot.
That's my thought of why she's possibly actually injured on that, because she has taken that spot before. She took it at TakeOver. And it almost looked like Baszler also didn't really hold it there. So this makes me think that the arm injury is kayfabe a lot worse than it actually is, but I suspect that her shoulder may actually be jacked up.
I suppose so. I don't know. At the time, I just went. I basically watched it happen and go, "Wow, really? You can't even do the arm break spot that everybody can do. Literally, everybody can do."
She took the arm break spot at TakeOver, probably the best anyone actually has. So that's kind of my
fair enough.
That's where I'm going with this. Like, that is something she's actually good at. So I think this was, we're gonna do the spot, but we're gonna basically do nothing to your shoulder. Like, we'll take the stomp to the hand.
Which kind of plays into the finish, because Kairi Sane showed up and did her little stompy stomp thing, and then I can't remember, what it was, just like an elbow strike, or what the fuck was that?
Yeah, she did an elbow strike.
Yeah, did an elbow strike on Shayna, DQ finish. Shayna gets the win, but no title. Shayna gets up on the ramp, and Kairi Sane kind of gives her the salute. And my final note here is weird finish, but I guess you have to protect your paper champ, because She doesn't really have any credibility as a champion.
I mean, it's the weird thing is you can't have her take a clean win over Shayna because of her lack of credibility.
Yeah.
She needs to face somebody else to generate a little bit of credibility. Then she can either go over Baszler, or Baszler can finally go over when they feel it's time to put the belt on.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. There's zero sense that Ember Moon's a legitimate actual wrestling champion. And because she could never, you booked her into a fucking corner. She's either completely injured and can't wrestle, or can't beat the champion, or whatever, and eventually got into this big schmozzle match, and which she allowed everybody else to beat the shit out of each other, and then won the championship, and then hasn't defended it successfully against anybody. So, well, keep on protecting your paper champ, I guess.
She did have a win over Baszler, but it was a, roll up while you're caught in an armbar win.
Exactly. So, I don't know. This match to me was the weakest match of the entire week. And it was overbooked, ridiculous. I enjoyed the stiff work. That was good. I enjoyed the plancha harpoon into the table. That was good too. And then after that, it all went to fucking hell and was overbooked to shit.
Yep, I'm pretty much right with you right there.
Yeah. So that was all you need to know about the Wobbly Wobbly Bee and Fornicate right off.
Only real news is Rich Swann, Dick Duck, is gone.
Correct. They have released Rich Swann because rape or kidnapping or something. I don't know.
Domestic disturbance, I suppose, is what.
Domesticals.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We went a little bit long this time, so thanks for staying with us, and get off Byron's lawn.
Peace.